What's up, guys? Today we're going to go through the execution and technique of a back squat. Back squat is one of my personal favorites. It's one of the ones that I feel the most strong on. For some of you, it may not be your favorite, so hopefully you learned something today that can help you along the way with, corrections or cues or something like that. So let's roll through it. So when starting the back squat and finding that positioning, you want to get under the bar, and then what I like to say is try to build a shelf with those upper back muscles. Okay, so build that shelf for the bar to sit on, and then find your hand placement. So as far as hand placement goes, it depends on what's comfortable for you. Some people, they really like to squat out super wide. So Curtis Miller, he's one of those squatters. Some people are, kind of in between on like one of the knurling rings there. So that's me. So my pinky's normally on those knurling rings. And then some people, they like to come in a little bit closer together. So it really just depends on what works for you, what's comfortable, and what helps you push to get the best overall squat. So we're getting under that bar, we're building that shelf, we're finding that hand positioning to help us build that shelf. Okay? And then what we're gonna do is almost think about bending the bar as it's on our back. So obviously we can't actually physically bend that bar. It'd be pretty impressive if you can. And if that's something that you can do, let me know, send me a video for proof. So we're bending that bar. We are engaging those lats and those big back muscles, okay? So engaging the lats, engaging those big back muscles after building that shelf and finding that hand positioning, okay? We're keeping our sternum tall. So if we get under the bar and our sternum ends up, too far forward, facing the ground, that's not gonna help us build our shelf, right? So if we do all that work to build our shelf and we're leaning forward, it's just gonna make us fall out of position. So that's something we don't wanna do. So keep that sternum tall, so upright, and then, squeeze everything, pull everything together. That will help you kind of visualize and remember to keep that sternum tall. Okay, now setting our feet, again, it's a personal preference. So some people, they like to squat pretty narrow, so feet are almost directly under their hips. Me, I'm a little bit wider than that, so toes pointing outward. Some people, they're even wider. Just depends on, your body's mechanics and kind of what feels best for you. So that I can't tell you exactly what to do. That just might take some experimentation for you. So feet, we're finding that foot positioning after building that shelf, finding that hand positioning, sternum tall, bending the bar, okay? Then we're gonna think about wedging our hips under the bar, so we're getting that nice and sturdy body positioning there under the bar. Okay, so wedging our hips, pulling that bar onto our back. Then we're gonna think about bracing. So I taught that bracing technique during my workshop, so you can use that kettlebell on your stomach to help brace, so we're belly breathing there, or you can do that, the band that I showed you guys too, so pushing out into that band. And it might take some time to learn and practice, but I promise you, it will help you build that squat once everything clicks and comes together. So we're in that positioning, hips wedged, brace, okay? Then we're gonna think about walking out. So bring that weight up, walking out, okay? Now the actual execution of the squat, what I like to say is think about breaking at the hips first. So we're here, we're breaking at the hips, and then we're so Curtis Miller, this is his biggest cue, is open up the taint, okay? So taint muscle, so everything kind of down there. So break at the hips, open the taint, and then bend your knees, okay? Now when we're bending our knees, we're pushing out into the floor too. So think about being on the balls of your feet, pushing down and out into the ground. So that helps us prevent ourselves from having our knees cave in during the squat, which is something that you don't want to do, because then it makes it harder for you to come up out of that hole when you have a whole lot of heavy weight on your back. Okay, so think about pushing your feet out, while keeping everything so nice and tight and pulled together there, okay? Now, then whenever you come out of the hole, so we're down here, whenever you come out of the hole, remember to keep that sternum up. If our sternum falls forward, the weight in turn is gonna fall forward. So we don't want that. So that is the opposite of a good squat. okay? I'm gonna show you what that all looks like kind of under the bar here, just so you guys can visualize and piece together everything that I just threw at you. So we're coming under the bar here, okay? Building that shelf with our back, finding that hand positioning. So this is about where it is for me, roughly, okay? Finding that hand positioning, building that shelf, okay? We're pulling that bar, so we're pulling everything down and together here. Okay, we're keeping that sternum up, finding that foot positioning, okay? I'm gonna brace, so stand up, walk out, while holding everything, so keeping that brace, staying tight. I'm not here, I'm keeping everything together and on that shelf, okay? I'm going to first break at the hips, and then come down while pushing down and out into the floor, pushing all the way back up, okay? So sternum stayed up, I opened up at the tank, and then everything stayed nice and together, even on my way up, okay? So didn't fall forward, and I didn't fall out of position there. So that is how to properly execute and make a squat look good. So thanks for watching, have a great day.